Hello everybody, welcome to Jane's Tips, the program which helps you to get the best marks at school. I've just received a phone call from my best friend. She is the nicest person I know. And the most intelligent too. She is also very funny. In fact, she is the funniest person I have ever met. And do you know what? She really deserves all those superlatives. I'm sure you're wondering how to use a superlative. In fact, it's quite easy. It all depends on the adjective you want to use. If the adjective is short, 1 or 2 syllables, you just add est at the end of the adjective. Young, youngest. You add st if the adjective already ends in e, like large, largest, and iest if the adjective ends in y, funny, funniest. Look, young, the plus adjective plus est, the youngest. Large, the plus adjective plus st, the largest. Funny, the plus adjective plus est, the funniest. And don't forget that you have to use the before the adjective. If the adjective is long, more than 2 syllables, you just put the most before the adjective, like this. Interesting. The most plus adjective. The most interesting. As you can see, it's quite easy. You just have to check if the adjective you want to use is short or long. But a language wouldn't be a language if there weren't any exceptions, would it? So, here are the exceptions. Good, the best. Bad, the worst. Far, the farthest or the furthest. Let's look at now how to say le moins. Quel que soit l'adjectif, tu peux former la phrase selon le modèle the least plus l'adjectif. Look at this example. This is the least expensive model in the shop. Well, you should be able to use all the superlatives you need. I hope so anyway, but I want to make sure of it. You are the presenter the most brilliant I've ever seen. That's a nice compliment, isn't it? But even if it's true, it's not correct. Yes, you should have said, you are the most brilliant presenter I've ever seen. Oui, n'oublie pas que le nom est toujours placé après l'adjectif et non avant. Let's see if you've understood everything so far. You need to know the difference between a comparative and a superlative. Well, when you use a comparative, you usually make a comparison between 2 people or 2 things. Le comparatif, comme son nom indique, sert à faire une comparaison. Whereas with the superlative, the person or the thing you want to talk about is the most something of all, of the class of people or things. L'emploi du superlatif vise à distinguer une personne ou une chose comme la plus ceci ou la plus cela par rapport à un ensemble. Dans les formules superlatives, l'emploi de the devant l'adjectif superlatif a pour but de déterminer la chose ou la personne que tu veux distinguer. Par exemple, la phrase « Jim is taller than John » compare la taille de Jim et de John. Cette phrase permet de nous faire distinguer que Jim est plus grand que John. On a donc recours à un comparatif et non à un superlatif. Jim is the tallest in his class. Cette phrase superlative met l'accent sur le fait que Jim est le plus grand de toute sa classe et de tous ses camarades, John y compris. Remember what I was saying about the article the and the superlative a few minutes ago? Well, it's not always as simple as that. Sometimes you may have to use the with a comparative and not with a superlative. But don't worry, that's what we're going to look at now. Tu devras parfois utiliser the avec un comparatif et non un superlatif, notamment dans les 3 cas suivants. First occurrence, when you want to use the superlative between 2 people or 2 things. Lorsque 2 personnes ou 2 choses seulement sont évoquées, you say, which is the cheaper of the 2? Which is the cheapest of the 2 would not be correct here. Tu dois dire which is the cheaper of the 2. car il n'y a que deux choses présentes. But which is the cheapest of the three would be correct. Second occurrence. You'll have to use a comparative even though the adjective is preceded by the in the expression it's all the, which you French translate by c'est d'autant plus que ou c'est d'autant moins que. This car is all the faster as it's a Ferrari. This lesson is all the more interesting as it's presented by Jane. This exercise is all the less difficult since I learned the lesson by heart. Everything all right so far? Third occurrence. Here again you will have to use a comparative with the when you want to say plus ceci, plus cela, or moins ceci, moins cela, with or without an adjective. Look, the harder he works, the better marks he gets. The more they slept, the more tired they were. The more we watched, the less interesting it became. Well, just one more thing. Don't forget to tell your friends about our program so that they can join us, because as we say in England, the more the merrier. Bye for now and see you next time.